there too. Our story for today is The Singing Mermaid, written by Julia Donaldson. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock and hake and the ling, and they flashed their scales and swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. Now, do you notice anything about some of the words in this book? Yeah, that's right, they rhyme. See how many different rhyming words you can spot as I read it. On this page, we've got the words the haddock, the hake and the ling. I wonder whether you can work out what those words mean. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock, the hake and the ling, and they flashed their scales and swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. Now, use your detective brains and think about the words in the rest of the text. Have a look at the picture and think, can I work out what the haddock, hake and ling could be? Now, I had a look at the text and saw they flashed their scales and swished their tails. I thought, what has got scales and tails? And then I had a look at the picture and I guessed that they were probably different types of fish. Use your detective brains as we read the rest of the story and see if there's any words you don't know what they are, you can work out their meaning. And sometimes the singing mermaid swam to the silvery shore. She sat and combed her golden hair and then sang some more. She sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds on the wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. When Sam Sly's circus came to town, Sam took a stroll by the sea. He heard the mermaid singing and rubbed his hands with glee. What do you think glee means? How was he feeling if he rubbed his hands with glee? He's seen this beautiful mermaid singing beautifully. I think he was really pleased that the mermaid was there, and he's thinking, what can I do with her? He said, I can make you famous. I can make you rich, he said. You shall swim in a pool of marble and sleep on a fine feather bed. You shall sing for the lords and ladies, you shall sing for the queen and the king, and the young and old will pay good gold to hear the mermaid sing. Don't go, cried the seagulls, and the seashells warned, he lies. But the mermaid listened to old Sam Sly and smiled as she waved her goodbyes. And he took her away to the circus, and she sang for the crowds round the ring, and more came the deafening roar when they heard the mermaid sing. Now the mermaid shared a caravan with Annie the acrobat, and Ding and Dong the circus dogs, and Bella the circus cat. Use your detective brain again. What do you think an acrobat is? Have a look at the picture and work out which one might be the acrobat. That's right, it's the girl here who's doing gymnastics. An acrobat is a kind of gymnast. And she made good friends with the jugglers, and the man who swallowed fire, and the clown with the tumble-down trousers, and the woman who walked on wire. But she wasn't friends with old Sam Sly. No, she didn't care for him, for he made her live in a fish tank where there wasn't room to swim. And there was no pool of marble, there was no feather bed. And when she begged him, set me free, he laughed and shook his head. All summer long the circus toured, all autumn, winter, spring, and many a crowd cheered long and loud to hear the mermaid sing. But the mermaid dreamed of silver sands, and she longed for the deep blue sea. And her song grew sad, and again she said, I beg you, set me free. But again he laughed and shook his head and told her, no such thing. Here you will stay while people pay to hear the mermaid sing. We've heard quite a lot from Sam Sly now. I want you to think if you can think of any adjectives, describing words, to describe Sam Sly. Have a think about what he's done. Have a think about how he's treated other people. I think one word I've thought of would be greedy, because here he wants to keep all of the money to himself. He wants to get as much money as possible for making the mermaid sing. Silver Sands a seagull was flying to his nest, when on the breeze he heard a song, the song which he loved the best. And he followed the song to the caravan. Sam Sly was about to lock it. The seagull watched as he turned the key and slipped it inside his pocket. The seagull waited till Sam had gone. Then he perched on the windowsill and tap, tap, tap at the window. He tapped with his yellow bill. What do you think a bill is? Have a think about the rest of the text. Have a think about what you know about a seagull. Yeah, you're right. The bill is another word for his beak. The clue for me was it said yellow bill, and the part of the seagull that is yellow is his beak. Come back to Silver Sands, it's only a mile away. I can find the key and set you free, and if you'll come back home to the bay. Escape, barked the dog, escape, meowed the cat, but the mermaid sighed, I'd fail. For how could I walk to Silver Sands when I only have a tail? Like this, cried Annie the acrobat, and she stood upon her hands. This is the way, the only way to get to Silver Sands. Right hand, left hand, tail up high, there's really nothing to it. If I give you lessons every night, you'll soon learn how to do it. What a kind friend helping the mermaid learn to walk on her hands. Next week, while Sam was snoring, the seagull stole the key. He carried it off to the caravan and set the mermaid free. And he flew ahead to guide her as she walked upon her hands all along the moonlit road that led to Silver Sands. And the creatures on the seashore and the fish beneath the foam jumped and splashed and danced with joy to have their mermaid home. And she sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds on the wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. And if you go down to Silver Sands and swim in the Bay of Blue, perhaps you'll see the mermaid, and perhaps she'll sing for you. That was a happy ending, wasn't it, in the end? Now, this week, I want Year 2 to have a think about under the sea. What creatures can you see that live under the sea just in this picture? There's lots of different ones, aren't there? There's a dolphin, there's fish, seals, a whale, there's on the shore, there's some crabs and cockles and mussels. This week I want you to find out about what lives under the sea. I'm going to set you a little project on Marvellous Me later, so make sure you open it and have a look at the things I want you to do. Well, that was lovely Year 2, so I'm going to say goodbye for now and see you next week.